Hello and welcome to Into the Light at RAMM. I'm Ros, a third-year art history student at Plymouth University. I'd like to take a moment or two to talk about an artist that is featured in this exhibition, Henry Scott Tuke. Henry Scott Tuke, a Royal Academician and a local British artist, a Cornishman who was most at home by the sea, wearing typically fisherman's garb. Tuke was a member of the Newland School alongside other artists whose work is also exhibited here, such as Stanhope Forbes and Dame Laura Knight. The Newland School was created in the 1880s by a group of artists with the desire to no longer work in towns and instead work in the countryside. They formed an artists' colony in much the same way as had already been created in Barbizon near Paris and in Brittany. The Newland School is still recognised and celebrated today. Although Tuke participated in the Newland School, he spent more of his life working in Falmouth and the surrounding area, which gave him the environment he desired in order to create his works. Tuke often used beaches and the Cornish coast as his studio, where he was able to create images undisturbed. Tuke once said in an interview that "My studio is out of doors. The truth and beauty of flesh in sunlight by the sea is offered to you in a way impossible to secure in pictures built up in one's studio." Tuke produced artworks during the British Impressionist era and demonstrated his knowledge and understanding of the French term en plein air through his manner of production and his artworks themselves, such as the image that you can see here, July Sun, created in 1913. En plein air was a fundamental technical approach to Impressionism and other art movements that followed, whereby artists created works of art out of doors, in the moment, swiftly and without sketches or returning to an indoor studio to attempt to recreate a scene from memory. Tuke appeared to be a man that enjoyed familiarity, as he most often worked with oil on canvas and usually with similar subjects, as many of his works are of boats and naked young men. Tuke usually preferred to use young men that he knew and befriended locally over models for his works, and often used the same ones. However, the young man depicted in the image that you see here, July Sun, who does appear to have been one of Tuke's regular subjects, as he can be seen in other images created around the same date, such as a bathing group, was in fact a model, Nikola Luciani. Sadly, Luciani died in action in 1916. This beautiful image demonstrates Tuke's artistic experience and attention to detail when depicting the male nude. He has created a beautiful object for our consumption. The ordinarily active male here appears passive, almost unaware that he is being watched. This relaxing image, and others like it, in modern society are easy to spend time admiring, dreaming away of your own hazy summer days. However, at the time of their production, Tuke's images were challenging to their audiences and were largely ignored by polite society, probably because of their fantastic depiction of male beauty and lack of objects that would usually be depicted in order to signify masculinity and strength. A feminisation of man, depicted as vulnerable and weak, not a modern man to society at the time, nor was it an image that referred to the more widely accepted classical male nude. I would argue that through these challenges, breakings of taboos and barriers, the works of Tuke and other artists of the time working on similar subjects led to a coming of age of the male nude. This coming of age has had an effect upon Tuke's own work, as his images of this type have become far more collectible in recent years. Sir Elton John is said to be a fan and even has some hanging in his sitting room. I hope that you enjoy this image as much as I have, along with the rest of the exhibition. Thank you for listening.